Let me hop out the Porsche, I don't wanna hit that.
Shut the up.
What is up, guys? I'm your least favorite ginger and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be revisiting my Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette and talking way too much. So let's get into it. So in today's video, I'm probably going to try and like clickbait by saying something like using the Makeup by Mario Master Metal Manipulator on the worst eyeshadows in the world, which is kind of what I'm doing. I'm like I said, I'm revisiting my Huda Beauty Rose Gold, the original Rose Gold palette. For those of you who don't know, they have these beautiful shades, but they are textured eyeshadows. I hated these, as did a lot of people, because first off, I don't like using my hands on things, but then like second off, you have to like rub your finger in it and then it wouldn't really deposit evenly all over the eye. It wouldn't act like a normal eyeshadow. And so you kind of had to keep like, there's a debate on whether to tap or to swipe, or it was just awful. But the internet really hyped this palette up so much. I think it was like one of the most advertised palettes of 2016, 2017. Well, Huda Beauty no longer sells this. In like 2018, 2019, they put out this big thing about how like this piece of makeup in internet history was never going to be sold again. Cut to 6 to 7 months later, and they're teasing their new palette. And guess what it is? The Rose Gold Remastered palette.
So that was a fucking lie.
Which is essentially the same thing. And I bought both because of course I did. These shades are not really exact dupes for the colors in here. They're close enough, but also these act more like shimmery toppers, at least for me they did. So it was like, once again, another kind of disappointment because we wanted these shades but like super pigmented, and then they were just shimmery toppers. So what I'm gonna try and do is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Mario Master Metal Manipulator mixing liquid. That is what I'll be using, and I'm going to try and see if I can make my original palette kind of work. So to start off, I'm gonna take the shade Sandalwood and put it right over my eye that I've primed with my Louise eyeshadow base. Fun fact, I tried to film earlier. I tried to start on my 3 Looks 1 palette with Raw Beauty Christie. And the look didn't really pan out. Like, it was just, I used half the shades, which is really good. It was like, you know, one neutral shade and then a lot of greens and gold. And it was coming along okay, but the shades just don't match well with each other. I'm going to keep that footage and I'm going to use it in my 3 Looks 1 palette. I don't know if I'm going to consider it like a look though. I do have another speech that I need to film. So I figured I'd bust out, you know, 2 videos in one by filming for YouTube and then also filming my speech. Yeah, just the eyeshadow wasn't doing quite what I wanted it to, so I took off everything. I was being really careful and trying to just take off my eyes, but it wasn't really like working. Sandalwood shade is going on quite nicely. I do like to tuck eyeshadow like right in here. I don't know why. I think it just makes my eye space look bigger, and it's very easy to like connect my contour. I feel like it just helps everything like mesh well with my face. But yeah, this is just a really nice neutral shade. Next, I'm going to take henna. It's a little bit warmer and a little bit darker. I'm just going to pat that right there. My outer third. It's a lot more orange. But I'm still keeping everything on the same brush, so I pat and then blend. I got very flustered whenever that video started falling through, and I don't really know why I got so flustered. I think it was just because I was thinking about that I'm losing time, and it's like, no, now I have an excuse to film with my Huda palette, which I've wanted to kind of do a revisit for a long time. I say a long time, ever since I got the Makeup by Mario Master Metal Manipulator, which has been about like 2 or 3 months. But I saw it and I had the idea of it, so I'm happy that I'm doing it. The Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette is a lot of pink, and I don't really wear pink. But with Valentine's Day coming up, I'm sort of giving myself an excuse to wear pink. Funnily enough, the outer third of this side, which I keep going back and blending, is the same outer third that I was having such issues with my last video, so hopefully this comes out a little bit better. So I'm thinking I'm either going to use Rose Gold or Trust Fund, just because those are the 2 shades that that I just really liked about this palette. I think these were the 2 shades that like everyone liked about this palette. I feel like I have some fallout. I think I'm gonna go in with Trust Fund. I just put in 3 drops. It isn't filling the pan. Oh, can you see? Another thing that was very chaotic about the last video that I tried to film was whenever I was taking off my makeup, I realized I wasn't wearing nails, and that's a crime. That's like a putty now, so it looks kind of like an actual eyeshadow. I'm just gonna cut the crease with this. Ooh. And then see where to go from there. It's a beautiful shade. It's just a very soft, like, bronze. Added a little bit more. I think I had another like 3 drops. It kind of just turns into a paste, which I guess should be expected. Oh, very reflective. These were essentially foiled eyeshadows. So as it dries, it does get a little bit harder to work with. Like if I swipe, it'll come up, so I have to really like pat. They're also very difficult to shear out. Like if I try to pat and like shear it out and kind of diffuse the gold into like this outer third, or try and diffuse the shimmer part into this outer third, it just kind of like picks up the product and makes it patchy. It's not super patchy. I managed to work out a lot of the kinks, but that's the color. Pretty similar, or pretty all right. Just for fun, I'm gonna go in with the Trust Fund shade in the newer Rose Gold palette, just to see if they're any different or if I'm just crazy and thinking that it's just a topper. Okay, so maybe I am a little bit crazy and thinking that it's just a topper. So it's a lot easier to work with and blend out. So here's Rose Gold Remastered and Original. Okay, so as you can see, as I blink, there's quite a lot of separation like in my creases and such. So for shits and giggles, I'm gonna take the Remastered Trust Fund and put it over it and see how the two like play along. So I feel like as I put the new Trust Fund over the old one, it kind of does help that issue with like the separation from whenever I was blinking. And also I can keep going over the shade and like tap and swipe without too much coming off. So I don't know if it's because of the textured nature of the old formula that make it so you can't really do anything with them once they're down, or if it's the fact that the Master Metal Manipulator does make it into like a putty, and with it being more of like a cream shade, you need to set it. So I'm more leaning towards the fact that it's just the textured nature of the old shadows, because these are supposed to be used with the Master Metals in Mario's collection that are just supposed to be eyeshadow, like one swipe pigments. So I think I blame the old formula more than the newer formula, but it does bring a lot of life into those shades. As I'm looking at my eyelid, this side kind of looks like chunky. I don't really know how to phrase it. It looks like it's grabbing onto like any texture that I have on my eyelid and just really clinging to it. While this one, while it is kind of like a softer color, I mean, does it even matter? Can you even notice that this one is less vibrant than this one? I feel like I can, but that could just be because I've been looking at it and looking for differences. But I do think that if you want to try and get like your money's worth out of this, I think that's a good idea. Or you could just throw it away. Either way. I'm gonna deepen my outer corner with a little bit of cocoa. and just kind of finish up the look just to see how this works with like other makeup, other shades, things going over it. Yeah. Man, I'm just not liking any of the makeup that I do today. Like, does this look bad to you? I don't know, it looks bad to me. I'm gonna finish this one out though, no matter what. Taking a little bit of moon dust on my orbital bone. I always do this super sloppy and then I'll just blend it right in. So if I'm showing this on camera, please do not be alarmed. Yes. I'm gonna finish this up off camera. Hello, I'm back and this is the final look. I like what the Master Metal Manipulator did to the eyeshadow. I will have everything that I used on my face linked down below. I hope you guys just like this little quick and fun video of me re-exploring my Huda Beauty rose gold palettes. I haven't used them in a bit. I'm sure I need to get rid of the original rose gold palette, but yeah, this isn't like a an advertisement for the Master Metal Manipulator, but if you do need like a mix and medium, I really like this. I really like what this did. It was pretty inexpensive. I only needed like a drop or two, but yeah, this is like my eye look. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I hope you guys enjoyed this like little just quick fun video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.